How's it going? I don't know if you can even hear me. This is very scuffed. Hello. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's coming from the laptop. Sweet. Um, Window capture, we want to do VS Code. Beautiful. Okay, I've been stuck on this question for a bit, so yep. By a bit I mean freaking hours. I actually want to see the stream this time around, so let's do it. I don't want to open too many tabs because I hate doing that. The computer isn't the strongest boy. Did we already crash? What's going on? So the worst thing about AI is like you use it when you're super lazy, but then also in order to use AI, you really need to think. Like you need to think really hard if you want to use AI because if you actually want to like how do I say this? If you want to use AI, but like use AI to solve the question, but not solve it for you. Like solve it in the way where you still understand what you're doing. It's honestly harder to do that than to just do it on your own. Um, so yeah, that's that's where we are. That's the mental state we're at right now. I've tried using AI. I mean, I hate trying like thinking of relying on AI to solve the questions. I'm not doing that. What's the point? I mean, I can skip these questions. Like, I don't have any problem with skipping the. I mean, I do have a problem with skipping the question. I want to finish the question. Um, but like, if I just use AI to cheat and just keep moving forward, like, I'll just skip the question at that point. But I'm too stubborn to skip the question. Uh, and the problem is always the same. It's just this goddamn list index out of range. It's always the same goddamn problem. Anyways, so it is if row equals to list, right? So that's the problem. So first thing that always helps is always just doing this thing. Just print statement debugging, right? So let's immediately go and type in like, hey, what is row? Hey, what is column? Sorry, what is list remaining row, right? Well, list remaining row list remaining row would be the last row, and in this case there is only one row. So for row in list, if row is equal to list remaining row, then break. And initially it is that. Um, but no, but um, okay. So let's just type this down and see what we're getting. So we're getting nothing. It has a list index out of range bug in the first run. Damn. Ah, I don't know, man. I've been working on this for so long. I don't know. I don't know. God damn. Okay, so I mean, I started streaming. I'm not sure why I started streaming, and then I immediately decided to give up. Do I give up here? Because the reason why I am feeling kind of hopeless right now is because what what is what is happening? What is this song? Holy, holy sidechain. All right, list remaining. Oh wait, hold on. Whoa, the problem is list remaining column. Why am I writing column? Remaining row, buddy. Or it's same issue. Um, the first, the first line. Hell no, bro. How am I supposed to do this? Okay, we see that the remaining number of rows is 1. So, manually speaking, we would have to append 1 row, 2 columns, or 1 row, 2 elements, or 1 list, 2 elements, right? So, why can't this work? I'm confused. For a row in the list, there's 1 row. Okay. Man, I was so excited for this one to work. Okay, fine. Okay, okay. Let's think. Let's think. What is another way we could make this work? We have either 1 or 2 rows. We have 1 or 2 rows. So if it's equals, okay, right? So if remaining row, god damn, this is gonna take so freaking long. Is this really what we're doing? Is this really the way we're doing it? Okay. So there's now even more possibilities now. If it's 1 row, 1 column, 2 row, 2 column, 1 row, 2 column, or 2 row, 1 column, correct? And if that's the case, then I'm definitely doing this wrong and I'm wasting my time because this is impossible. This was my closest attempt. Actually, no, there was an attempt before this. That attempt went all the way till the last test and failed at list index out of range. This is just too difficult. It really is just too difficult for me. So, it's not giving up. I will come back to this. But, but this shit is so hard. That is just way too much work, and that is surely that's not the proper way of doing it. Can I think of any other way of doing it? I mean, I've been thinking about this for so long, so I don't think so. All right. Let's open capture display. Should we open capture display? I don't know actually. Um. Yeah. Let's do it. Not like this. Let's do it like this and this. Okay. So that's this exercise is not done. Honestly speaking, I'm not very keen on doing this last exercise either. I really just want to keep moving. So let's go to the next topic. References. Hopefully this is a bit easier. Okay, let's fix OBS real quick. Let's fix oh that's funny. Okay, 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 open new window and let's do my body over here. And that means if I switch these and make it so that my code is bigger, that should appear the same way. Okay. Um, no, it doesn't. Okay, that's a shame. Alright, we just want to move it from here. It's okay, so this far we have a thought of a variable as a sort of box. A variable is a sort of box which contains only one, oh, well, not one, it can contain a list. It contains the value of a variable. Variable is a sort of box which contains the value of a variable. Technically, it's not true in Python. What is stored as a variable is not the value per se, but is a reference to the object, which is the actual value of the variable. This object can be a number, string, or list. In practice, this means that the value of the variable is not stored in the variable itself. Instead, there's information about the location in computer memory where the value can be found. A reference is often represented by an arrow from the variable to the actual value in memory. I see. So here's the variable, and we say that it contains 1, 2, and 3, but what in reality it does is there is somewhere in the memory where it stores 1, 2, and 3, that kind of that list. It's somewhere in memory, and when we call a, what we're doing is essentially it goes and refers to that thing in the memory. So a reference tells us where the value can be found. Function ID. Oh wait, are you serious? Like this is where it is in the memory? Wait, that's actually sick. What the hell? And you can't choose that. What the hell? If I say b is equals to 1, 2, and 3, would they share the same ID? That is so cool. Wait, is that also for me? Or will that value be different for me? Because I have maybe a different kind of memory. The reference or the ID of the variable. Oh, what do you mean? Is the ID of what do you mean the ID of a variable? Is the ID of a variable or is it the ID of the data that the variable contains? When we say 1, 2, 3 is equals to a, then we put 1, 2, 3 in the box, which is the address of a, or is it the address of 1, 2, 3? Okay, let's see. Um, the reference or the ID of a variable is an integer which can be thought of as the address in computer memory where the value of the variable is stored. If you execute the above code on your computer, the result will be likely different as your variables will point to different locations, the references will be different. Python visualizer tool also shows references as arrows from the variable to the actual content. As we saw in the previous selection, the tool cheats a bit when it comes to strings, however, it displays strings as if they're stored in the variables themselves. In reality, Python strings are handled very much like this, with references to location in memory. Many of the built-in types in Python, such as string, are immutable. This means that the value of the object or any part of it cannot change. The value can be replaced with a new value. So So some of Python's types are mutable, so we can change 1, 2, 3 into 10, 2, 3. But this is not mutable, where when we say hey, we can only add to it, or we can only remove characters from it. Hold on. I mean, is it really? How can we say that strings are immutable if we can say like wait, can we not do that? We can find out the length of characters. Can we not like take out a letter from a length of a string? I guess not then. Huh. Okay, so if we can't do that, then we can only add to it, and we can't subtract from it. We can only add to it. Right, okay. Fine. Oh, and they can also just be replaced. Okay, cool. Mutable, okay, yeah, so the lists are definitely mutable. Um, it may surprise you that the basic data types in float and bool are immutable in Python. Yeah, so integers obviously you can't just take a random like I mean like a specific number from an integer. Float same. Bool is yes or no. How would you what would you change in a yes or no? So if we said one number is equals to one number is equals to two numbers equals to plus 10, so that'll be 12, right? It seems that the commands are changing the value stored in the variable, but in fact each command creates a whole new number in the computer's memory. So we're creating a number and storing it in memory. Okay. So is it like we have a box for 1, we have a box for 2, and we have a box for 12? And so we're going and getting 1, and then we're going and getting 2 from its own address, and then we're going and getting 12 from its own address. The printout shows the following program. So all of them have. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on? Ah, okay. So I see. So the number 1 has some ID, and when we say number is equals to 1 and a is equals to 1, they both refer to the same address. I see. And when variable is assigned, yeah, to the same to the very same location. And also, we have changed the what number is equals to. So number is no longer holding 1, but 1 still exists. It seems Python has stored the value 1 in memory location thus. Whenever a variable is assigned to 1, it refers to that location of the memory. It is good to keep in mind that almost everything is a reference in Python, but all this is really relevant to everyday programming tasks. Let's get back to more practical matters. Okay, okay, buddy. Multiple references to the same list. So what actually happens when you assign a list variable to a new variable? Is the list copied over? What actually happens when you assign a list variable to a new variable? Um, so we say b is equals to a, which is equals to 1, 2, 3, and then we said b is equals to b0, so we're changing the value of 1 to 10. Assignment BA copies the value stored in variable A to variable B. However, the value stored in A is not the list itself, but a reference to the list. Okay, so essentially we're changing the ID that B refers to from whatever it was before now to what A is, which is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so B equals to A copies the reference. So there's 1, 2, 3, that's the reference. A is originally pointing to that. When we say B is equals to A, B also is pointing to that. And then when we say that B0 is equals to 10, then we're changing it 10 to 3. Oh, wait, really? When I start, when I print A afterwards, does that also make 10 to 3 because A is now equals to B? No, I think B is equals to A, but A is now equals to B. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure that's it. So, okay, if we said A is equals to 1, 2, 3, and then I said B is equals to A, and then I said B0 is equals to 1, or rather 10. And then I want to print A and print B. I mean, we already know what B would be, but it's okay. I know. So, oh shit, I didn't know that. I actually had no idea. A's value also got changed. Can we say this? Huh. Can we do that for other things? Like A is equals to blah blah. B is equals to A. Then we said B is equals to tra blah. Tra tra tra. Tra 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 tra. Well, A is still blah blah. So is this because strings are immutable, but the lists are mutable? Is that why? Are lists the only mutable data type? I know integer, string, float, boolean, list. Anything else? I don't know. So I think okay, I think that's because it is mutable. So if it's mutable, that means that we're changing it for everybody. That's a big deal. Okay, damn. That's something that's actually a really big deal. That might be actually one of the reasons why this previous exercise got didn't work out so well. Anyways, let's close all of these. Holy shit, we have so many. Close to the left. Close others. Wait, do we have any? No. Okay. But really, you can really can see everything going on there. All right. What's that guy's name? Finkelstein. John Pepperoni. Pizza. Pizza. If there is okay, so essentially, what when we say that b is equals to 0, b0 is equals to 10, we're changing the address, or we're changing whatever was contained in that original reference, right? And so now, does the ID stay the same? A and B both point to the same ID, but before when it used to be 123 and then it used to be 1023, are those different IDs? How do we print an ID again? ID number. So print ID A. B. I mean, both of them should be pointing towards the same thing, but anyways, it's okay. Um, yeah, it's the same ID. Wow. So we are actually changing whatever is stored in memory by doing this. Okay, that's crazy. First, the number points to this. When number is assigned a new value, it points to this. Now, when a variable a is assigned 1, points a to the same location where a number was pointing. Wait, sorry. If there's any more than one reference to the same list, any one of the references can be used to access the list. On the other hand, a change made to any of the references affects also the other references as their target is the same. Very useful. I can understand what's going on. If you want to create an actual separate copy of a list, you can. Yeah. So what if is it possible to create two places in memory contain the same location? Probably, right? You can create a new list and add each item from the original list in turn. So, okay, oh, okay, okay, no, okay, so you can't do that. You can't do what I just said. What you can do is if I wanted to, uh, like let's say A and B both equals to 1 to 3. But what, let's say I made B 1 to 3, but let's say I want to change it to 10 to 3. But I don't want whatever changes happens to B to happen to A. Does that make sense? How do you do that? So you have to you can create a list and add each items from the original list in turn. So then I've added it one by one to the new list, and then I added the new list 0 equals 10, and I also added a new 6. And guess what? The original still stays as the original, and the new still stays as the new. So the new list points to a different list than the variable mylist. An easier way to copy a list is to use the bracket uh, which we used for slices previously. The notation selects all items in the collection. As a side effect, it creates a copy of the list. And both of these would obviously have different ones. Okay. But I mean, to be to be clear, how is this working? Why isn't it the most? Because like, see, at a certain point, new list was exactly the same as my list, right? And then they added a 0 to the first one, and then they added a 6 to the last one. But it doesn't change this anymore, even though they were both equal. Is it because the way this got introduced wasn't like, it's because we didn't directly say that new list was equals to my list. When we say new list is equals to my list, we're also saying that new list is pointing to the same thing that my list is pointing to. However, when we say whenever we're adding items from my list to new list one by one, that's not saying that's saying hey, get the items, but don't just use the same reference. I guess. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Snapshot is a copying process. Oh, sorry, I just hate the visualization tool, bro. It sucks. It just makes my brain hurt. It's like using AI to cheat. It's like, bro, bro. God dang. God dang. I haven't talked to like the human race in a bit. Not gonna lie. I've been in a complete dissolution. Alien. I'm an alien. Zip zip zip. Zob zob zob. Zip zip zip. Zip 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 zip. Wildwood. Oh wait, really? Leica's making another movie? Oh, Derby. This sort of pisses me off, honestly, bro. Bro, I don't give a shit about rich dad, poor dad, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Where's your freaking money at, Asusas? Talking so much. Asusos. 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 How's collective unconscious doing? I didn't check the. Holy shit. Holy shit. Mm-mm. Everything I sent in, everything I sent here recently is in some way Disco Elysium related. He was an inspiration for the artist's team. I think it's the most visible in Idiot Doom Spiral Portrait. Everything I sent here. Oh, okay. Alex Kanevsky. This guy was inspired by who? Inspired who? Inspired. Who cares? That's also true. Yeah, That's a good point. Who gives a shit? Oh yeah, this guy was making a thingy. My new Humanity fan game and its protagonist, Charming Walnut 78. Wait, this is peak. Please make a comic, bro. I'd explode instantly. I've been wanting to. Whoa, that's two key and one key? Oh, that's so sick. Man, I love drawing. Drawing is great. Roaches in my crib. Roaches in my crib. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm too scared to scroll up because that shit is so bullshit. Did it get deleted? Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Uh, Poster unconscious. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Wait, that is holy shit. That is so freaking cool. Getting closer to having games that can actually publish, so working on the landing page and ground for that. Bro, bro, bro. Oh goddamn man. I need to do shit, bro. I need to get off my ass, even though I've been programming for the past like 4 hours. Ow, God. mm, mm. Since your garden feeling kind of empty without your fuzz on. Yeah, buddy. Okay, buddy. People are still carrying out the. You do, dude. We gotta pass this on. We gotta pass on the freaking. We gotta like send a new like a generation of of sensory garden enthusiasts. Like we gotta carry forward like the juniors gotta carry forward the legacy. The juniors gotta carry forth this legacy. To be honest, We need a freaking what do you call it? Sensory garden enthusiast Discord server. Sensory garden enthusiast club. Yeah, it looks generally the same. Not that many benches anymore, huh? What's up with that? Big butt. Yeah, I mean, I always come back to freaking thinking about her, but that's fine. Yeah, there's no, it's just so funny. Like I've just come to terms with it's like, yeah, there's no freaking way. It's like so funny as she is, bro. It's like, what the hell, bro? It's like, you have no reason to. What are you doing? Get off here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm so sorry. You don't know what I'm saying. Um, I sure hope no one's on the stream while I said that. Buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Okay. So, what's going on? Yes. We would have to. Okay, so over here, let's say we said B to A. So then instead of saying B to A, what if we said B is equals to a list, right? And then we said for item in list, um, for item in A, um, B append no sorry B dot append um, item, right? And so then we can change whatever we want, and that'll be fine. So yes, there you go. There you go. Right. So even though technically now A and B both contain the same things, let's just do a print A B before and after, right? Look at that. They contain the same things, right? So um, they contain the same things, yet they have different IDs because we just didn't use the syntax B equals to A. And now there's an easier way of doing this instead of writing this whole thing, and that is to say, B is equals to A Like this? Yep, there you go. 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 Let's do it. Let's do it. This is you do it. This is you do it. Okay. Yep. So using lists as parameters in functions. So when you pass a list as an argument to a function, you're passing a reference to that list. That means that the function can modify the list directly. I don't know if I follow. The following function takes a list as an argument and adds a new item to the list to the end of the list. So add item, so we just simply just append the new item to my list. And a list and my list are different things. Okay? But by saying my list is a list, are we saying that my list equals to a list? Like as in like is that just another way of saying my list is equals to a list? Right? So over here, but it doesn't. It doesn't because you can see we can print out a list and we can print out uh a list and hold on, sorry, we're modifying a list. Like no, like we are directly we're not like returning a new value, right? So we're directly modifying a list. Okay, cool. Oh wait. So we're modifying my list, and my list is a list. Okay. So notice that the function add item does not have a return value. Yeah, that's the thing. It only changes the list and takes it as an argument. Global frame refers to the variables defined in the main function, whereas add item frame represents the parameters and variables within the function. As you can see the visualization, the add item function. God damn, why is my charger so hot? Oh my God. বাজে হলো বাজে হলো 9টা. Yeah, it is 9টা. 9টা ولا 10টা. 9টা. Pizza. Okay, so from the visualization, the add item is the first simple. Another way to implement this functionality would be to create a new list within the function and return that. Yes, that's also what I was thinking. So now you still have your original list and you still have your and you have your new list. If you aren't absolutely sure, if you aren't absolutely I get it. Editing a list is given as an argument. The following editing a list is given as an argument. Yes. So this following is an attempt at a function which should augment each item in a list by 10. So if we have a list, in the beginning, this is what the list is, and after the function is executed, this is what the list is. You can see through the output that it's not clearly working. So let's see what's going on. New list is equals to nothing. For item in my list, new list dot append item plus 10. My list is equals to new list. So since we're not my list is equals to new list. Okay. So since we're making a new address for new list, and then we're assigning my list's address to new list address, right? So my list is no longer this address; it's something else. And my list is numbers, so it's numbers, but number stays the same. Numbers never goes over here. So whatever we were doing with new list stays here. It doesn't kind of come out in here. So is the reference for a new list killed after we exit the function? Something like that? So what's going on? The function takes a reference to a list as an argument. The function takes a reference to a list as an argument. This is stored in the variable mylist. The assignment mylist is equals to newList assigns a new value to that same variable. The variable mylist now points to the new list created inside the function, and the reference to the original function is no longer available within the function. The assignment has no effect outside the function, however. Furthermore, the variable newList, which contains this, is not accessible from the outside. It is lost as the execution finishes and focus returns to the main function. The variable numbers in the main function always points to the original list. Yep, I think I get it. Um, I think I get it. So actually, for this one, let's look at what we're talking about. So I mean, just essentially what's going on is, let's say we have address A for numbers here, right? So then we put the address A into mylist. So mylist now points to A. Numbers points to A. Mylist also points to A, right? Now we say new list doesn't point to A but contains the same values as A, plus 10, right? So new list has address B, and then we said mylist, which has address, mylist, which originally had address A, is equals to new list, which has address B. So now mylist is equals to B. So now minus and new list both have B, and and okay. So now the question is, it's still my okay. So I guess it's not my list anymore, right? Because they were thinking about numbers, which has A, but now my list has B, so I can't go back through here out. And also, it doesn't return any value. Okay. Hmm? Sorry. So the variable minus now points to a new list created inside the function, and the reference to the original list is no longer available within the function. The assignment has no. So, and the reference to the original list is no longer available within the function, right? So the address A is gone. Did the video just on? It did. Uh oh. Uh oh. No, 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 no. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, Julian de Medeiros. I'm good. Thank you. Okay. So there's no way to get A back into the thing. Um, and furthermore, that new address B, which contains the new thingy, is not accessible from outside because it's only in there. Okay. One way to fix this is to copy all the items from one list to the old. We're not dinner right now. Okay. Mm, so now what we're saying is we're okay. We have a new list with address B, and then we can essentially from range len my list I is equals to new list I. So essentially, we're copying the values of the B address back to A address, and we're changing the A address value. And so even though we're not how do I say this? Even though we're not returning any values or printing any values, since mylist I or since mylist still contains the same address A as the original numbers address, I'm guessing that's going to get changed. And that's because we never did any of this equals to business. Because that could probably mess us up a lot. Python has nifty shorthands for assigning multiple items in a collection at once. So minus is equals to this. Minus 1 to 3 is 10 and 20. So minus now will be 1, 10, 24. Not 1 to 3, that'll be 1 to 2 actually. In the example above, a slice of the list is assigned a slice of the list is assigned values from another collection. As we know, slice can include the entire collection. So 1, 2, 3, 4 minus the entirety will be this. So then we can say minus is equals to this. The entire content of the oldest sort list inspired by this. A working function, a working version of the augmenting function could look like this. हाँ खेत पड़े जी the entire contents of the old list is inspired by this, a working version of an augmenting function. So we can change the augmenting function and make it like this instead. We say, hey, new list is empty, and for item in new list, we just make it like this, and then we can just say my list, just copy the entire thing from new list. And so now my list contains new list, but my list still has the same address as numbers. Actually, there's no need to create a new list within the function at all. We can just assign new values directly into the original list. For I in range than my list is plus equals to 10. Well, yeah, but oh, so mutable values means you can change the values, but the address still stays the same. Non-mutable would be you change the values, but the reference gets different. Then also you can copy the same values and you can have a different reference. I'm not sure. Okay, please write a function named. Okay, so finally, oh my god, back to the Sudoku bullshit. Please stop with the Sudoku. God damn. I hate this Sudoku thing so much. It's actually so painful. It's so goddamn painful. Alright. Um it is 9 o'clock. 9, 10, 11, 12. We said after Isha I wanted to go to sleep. I didn't bring Maghrib either. I'm literally a child, dude. I'm literally a child. I'm literally just living that child life. What is it? What are chats? Anyways, what's it called again? Um, with that shit today, I'm gonna. Mm, yeah, there's no way. What? Yeah, we're talking about this again. So funny, bro. Okay. Mm, okay. Well, you can't take what they show from outside because that's obviously um that's an illusion. That's for sure. Actually, I really wanted to check because yesterday night I was very interested how I came to the conclusion that why let's set those boundaries in the first place, right? So it's like I was very interested in that. And I mean, I'm not really thinking this is a way of me. It's like, oh, I'm actually thinking about Allah in the end. Like, eh. I'm probably just thinking of her and just tagging Allah along, which is kind of disappointing. But it's like, yeah, whatever. Where is it? Is it gonna be in my art thing? Actually, it might be. Let's see. Art. Drawing game. Oh, it's definitely not this one. Okay. Yeah, it's not here. It is gonna be. We can check pants as well. I think. Just closed it. Genius. How's Pants doing? I gotta say hi to him. Man. It's been a while. Hope his exams are going well. What does he even study? He's from. She's from Italy, I think. Yeah. Or was he from somewhere else? Anyway, so yeah, how you doing, bro? How you doing, bud? All right, let me go check out these images from Fizz as images. Oh my god, it looks so sexy. Whole face. Oh wait, let me see. Key 3 2 1. Did I even see that? No, what happened? OMG, bro, you Ryan. Is that you do this? You guys are too self-conscious, but then it's on a banger. Anyways, I got a rope thing. I forgot the name and finished the look plus eyeliner. Don't tell me your true little face, bro. I will pass out. Oh, you got a mustache. Make sure it fits. You got a mustache. Yes? You look so boyish in my head. Comment at this age. Didn't even think you had facial hair, no offense. No, no, baby boy. Oh, he not a boy. Are you calling me a man? Fans? I look like a. I mean, I guess I do look kind of old here. Ooh. Okay, I'm a bit shy to send a full photo of my face. This almost here. I said none of my face, so like me? No, no, that's not. I wish. This is more recent. Oh man, it looks so beautiful here. Is my stream showing this? No, it isn't. This one. So much for being shy. I like your hair. I don't know how you keep it. How you keep the shape like that? Like got an A54. Yeah, he guessed it right. Oh yeah, he works in mobile repair. That's so sick. Damn, that's so cool. Okay. Anyways, back to back to the depressing business. Oh God. All right. So let's see. This is not a. Oops. I was such a baby after that, man. Like I should have just been like. Anyways, whatever. I am like that now, so it's okay. I can see names of the people, by the way. Okay, why am I getting teary-eyed? It's all. It's a lot of once, right? So I hope she take. It's whatever. Okay, let's see. Because this is like funny now, because it's like I'm seeing. See, the thing was, I. This was my realization that I can't do this anymore because I was originally like thinking that I could make it just friends relationship, but then I realized that it wasn't possible. And this was me coming to terms with it. As with the last message, in the end, where is it? Coming to terms with it. Coming to terms with it. Coming to terms with it. Yeah, exactly. This shouldn't come. It feels like an acceptance of reality rather than actually confessing, right? So this is me coming to terms with it. Yeah. And I think in the end, I'm saying this to release myself. It's funny because like the messages that came afterwards really doesn't like I don't remember those at all. I think those are all bullshit. Like this was it. Because I mean, to be honest, I spent 4 days writing this or whatever, right? And I mean, dude, there's some bangers in here. I'm not gonna lie. Coming to terms with it. Oh yeah. And also this other thing. Um. Uh. exactly, right? So it's like it's this is, see, this is contradictory, right? Because look, I say because you were the first person, I should have mentioned that as well. Because you were the first friend I made, I want to foster and grow this relationship into something fulfilling and meaningful without that anxiety of a crush to be on my mind the entire time. This is not how it works. Because first of all, if you're being intimate with a person, then you're going to have intimate feelings. And if you want to foster a fulfilling and meaningful relationship, then you need to be intimate, right? So that's the you're being contradictory here or hypocritical. It's okay to want that, but it's like you're being hypocritical. This is where the crux of the problem lies. You can want it, but you can't have it. Um, is the window open? No. But yeah, I'm glad I worded it out like that. That's great. But this was wishful thinking. I still have anxiety, and I still have a crush. Yeah, this shouldn't come as a surprise. This is also a very funny thing because because and honestly, why why didn't I just like mention? It's like if you knew, this is something that I've always been thinking about now, and I want to like ask her. It's like if if you knew, she never said she knew, by the way, but if you knew that I felt this way, why didn't you cut the relationship off? Or why didn't you tell me? Like, hey, do you? Hey, I should have done that, Lamayo. It's like, why? Like, but like, okay, okay, fine, right? But it's like, I made it so much more clear because it's like, I'm the one who's always freaking chatting. I'm the one who's always making text messages. So it's like, I put the responsibility on you, not me, Lamayo. But I actually technically at the end of the day, I did do the do you like me back sort of thing by sending this message, asking her why she was avoidant, right? So yeah, good on me, good on me. I did the woman's job here. Lol. Yeah. So yeah. Woman's job is crazy. Should come as a surprise. Frankly, in respect, that long screenshot message was so similar to a confession that this time it feels like it's like yeah, it does. What the hell what the hell have you been doing? Anyways, I also regret not telling you sooner. Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm still thinking about it now, and God knows when I sent this. It's been like friggin' 2 months, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry if this whole section came as a surprise. Oh, naive child. I also try my best to disregard this thought because of how unhealthy I treat this relationship. Line 80. Um, line 80. I said. Long story short, I became really obsessed. I love talking to you every day, and what just really agonized the act of waiting for a message. I put a lot of feelings of safety in you, and when I spoke, I felt happy, and I felt like I finally conjured up this dream friendship that I've been making dua and seeking for. Coming to accept the fact that you didn't really feel the same way made me feel very lonely. I mean, we are very, very different. It's obvious in what ways we differ, especially in the friendships we have. Some of each other. So this is the only thing I have, whereas for you, it's just another friend that you have. That is like exactly what that video said, man. Like, okay, fine. In this case, it's not like I'm not trying to say that she has other guy friends, but like she does have other friends. You know what I mean? Um, and that might be and might not be the case. But if we are thinking about it, like, let's just be real. She's childhood friends with them, so yeah, you can freaking expect that she just has other places to be. Um, but also it's like this is something that they didn't mention. That video didn't mention, right? Because it's like the girls think that they can be friends with the guys. They think they can be just friends. But the hilarious thing was, She she was avoidant so that we would she was avoidant so that she wouldn't catch feelings, but at the same time she was avoidant so she wouldn't catch feelings. So she's acknowledging the fact that this is literally just proving through actions that you can't just be friends with a guy, right? Because if she talked more, then she would have feelings, and that's no longer just friends relationship. That's I like your relationship. That's not friends. Okay, so so she's saying that she can't just be friends, but she never. But but what? So no, yeah. So it's like so this is not like the video where it's like the girl saying that no we can't just be friends. But as a response, she did basically say that, right? It's like I want to just still be friends. Like, no, Lamayo. What do you think? You have feelings, I have feelings. We're gonna be friends? Like, this is bullshit. This is a dream world thing. Um. Anyway, you're also not talking to me. This is the bigger reason why I'm hesitant to talk to you. I think this is pretty rude and why I feel so much pain when I'm very emotional. I deeply hate when you do this. Lol. This is such a this is such an interesting situation because it's like it's not like it's not the copy and paste scenario where um the guy likes her and the girl doesn't really like him back. And so since the girl doesn't really like him back, she can stay as friends, but the guy likes her, so he can't stay as friends, right? And I'm sure there's some like hormonal reasons for that. I actually wonder why that's the case. Actually, I'm not sure. But this is not like that because in this case, she liked me back but didn't say anything. I liked her back, but I said something, and that's when it ended. Because yeah, it is like we started off the relationship as we can only just be friends, and then the moment I realized that, or uh, the moment we quote unquote we realized that we aren't just friends, we stopped talking. So I guess in that situation, like we just need someone to make it clear, and she wasn't doing it, so I had to do it. And why she wasn't doing it might be the copy and paste reason that she was thinking that we could just be friends. Until I made it very clear how much this shit meant for me, right? And then it was like, oh, and then it's like, okay, yeah, that's interesting, right? Because it's like it is like a bit of the copy paste scenario, alongside a little bit. It's like a little bit Islamic-y. This is so funny, bro. All right. Anyways, this is fun. I began writing this in a very positive mood a day before yesterday, and frankly, it's gotten pretty painful to continue. Maybe because I told myself that I'd have to send it to you today. Oh well. I think in the end, I'm saying this to release myself, and I'm also secretly hoping that it'll make you change. Oh, cute. I don't think either is wrong, but I haven't given myself time to think about that. Yep. No, this is so much fun. It's like it's not even like this is crazy. Like I wrote this shit. Okay. Again, this is simply how I feel. I worry that you might be going through something similar that which causes you not to talk to me. Yes, if that's the case, I empathize with you because that is simply what I'm doing as well. But I also find it genuinely so sad and hurtful that I always have to be the person to initiate the conversation. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's like I had to be the person to not only initiate every normal conversation, but I also had to be the person to initiate the conversation about why I am not conversing. Do you understand how funny that is? Yeah. If I ever stop communicating with you, I really feel as though you will barely ever show any. initiative to talk back to me, which is what is happening currently, am I just simply not a person you feel comfortable talking to? Why won't you be clear and tell me that? Or if we're going through something that's causing this divide, why won't you tell me? Stressing out whether you have told me or not before. I don't think you have. I mean, I think I would remember if you did. And having to wait ages and ages for your response, which feels often so dry and understood. I, um, yeah, it could just be that she's just dry in general. Like, she just, like, you just don't have that much compatibility. Or maybe, oh no, wait, no, 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 no. The dry thing was her being like, I have to not, yeah, okay. The dry thing is what I was doing in the end. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. Yeah. So, is Din Din ready? Who was that? Was that Dali? Alright, B. Was that? We didn't finish our episode, but we had to stop it. And now we feel upset, irritated. We couldn't finish it, so good now you know. Okay. What's it doing? I was. He's with Python again. I was doing Python and then I got kind of bored doing Python and then I started I started thinking about Azure again, okay? And then I was no 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 so listen it's funny. So then I was like see I was like looking at I've been I'm not this is not a sad way. Sometimes it's a sad way, but right now it's like in a thinking way. It's getting better. It's always been getting better. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I was like looking at like so like I've been thinking about what went wrong in the sense that like what could I have done that it wouldn't have gone this way, right? And so like some of the basic questions are popping up like can guys and girls be just friends in Islam? Like right? No, right? So so then because it's like we went to the really okay whatever whatever. It's so okay. Questions like this that came up and I was thinking about it. And I've been reading and watching some stuff. There was one video that was so good. It was by that Farah girl. It was so good. I think it was such a, he's not the one. No, 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 not that one. That video is great. It's like it spoke to me in the wavelengths. Anyways, but like the other video was she made a video on like why guys and girls or can guys and girls be just friends, and she like looked at a study and then she was like bringing some examples from Islam, and I think it was just like Fatima needs to watch that video before she enters high school, like low key. so, so yeah. Yeah, yes, you can say that. Yeah, so yeah, it was really good. But anyway, so what I was doing now, I wonder what Farah like studies. Yeah, I think she studies like math or something. It's always like these people, yeah, all the cool people. Yeah, name one more person. Yeah, yeah, but so then I was like looking at the. Yeah. Anyway, so I was just looking at the big confession message that I wrote because in this message, I wrote things which were in that study, and I was like, you know, this is so cool. So yeah. Okay. One of the biggest doubt, like the like okay, so let me tell you what I was thinking about. Where did you write this confession? I wrote this on like Notepad plus plus. I spent like 4 days on this. Don't ask. I don't know why I did this. Anyways, so what was I thinking? You guys like really ruined the train of thought. Where was I? I was thinking like right. So it's like okay. So I went to the relationship thinking that I could just be friends, right? And I guess she also came into the relationship thinking that she could just be friends. And usually, like or at least in the study that was shown, most of the time the girl thinks that she can just be friends because she's not that attracted to the guy, but the guy doesn't think they can just be friends because they're heavily attracted to the girl. And so because of this imbalance, it causes problems, right? So like one guy is like a one-sided relationship sort of thing. In this case, what's weird about this is it started as both of us wanted to stay as friends, and then I, I don't I don't want to. I'm still not completely sure, but I'm like 99% sure that we both liked each other, but she didn't say anything. But I'm sure she knew that I liked her. And this is another thing in the study. The girl usually knows the guy likes her back, but she doesn't say anything. Which is, and she still thinks that they can stay as friends. I don't understand this. Like how you can still think that you can stay as friends even though you know or you're like very very sure that the guy that you're friends with likes you back. Like like I just don't understand how that works. You should watch that video. It's really funny. Anyways, so like so yeah, so I made it like super obvious. Like I even wrote here. It's like um uh this shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Like this shouldn't come as a surprise to you that I have a crush on you. Like I literally wrote that because I made it so obvious before. It's like and yeah, and it's like so she knew that I liked her, but then she still kept this just friends relationship, which is like so confusing to me. And it's to the point where it's like I had to be like I had to tell her that I liked her so we could stop talking. Stop liking. Brother. By the way, the problem why this doesn't work. Okay. Okay, no, but the problem why that doesn't work is because of another thing that I wrote here, and that is uh you're the first friend I made, and I wanted to foster and grow this relationship into something fulfilling and meaningful without the anxiety of a crush to be on my mind the entire time. The problem with this statement is because it's contradicting, right? Because I'm saying basically what I'm trying to say is I want to have a no. Yeah, but like you can. There's a better way of saying that. It's like I want to have a meaningful and fulfilling relationship with you, which by definition is an intimate thing. But then I also don't want to have intimate feelings with you, right? That's why you can have intimate relationships with guys because the intimate relationships with guys is not like it's like I'm not gay, so it's okay. Okay, boy. Anyways, so yeah. Mm, yeah. I don't know. Just are you okay? Damn. You're like staring. Okay. So yeah, this has been fun. I mean, I don't know, buddy. I'm still I'm still the same realizations that I made 2 months ago when I sent this message. So yes. Yeah. This is not the thing. This was like where I saved that message. Like, I took pictures of the messages and no, I didn't. Yeah, I sent it. I showed. I told. Yeah. Showed it. What did she say? Yeah, there you go. Okay, wait. I'll need to do something. Uh, d- 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 Kaba- Kabarkai. Honestly, I haven't read her response in so long. I'm kind of excited. No, buddy. Don't read? I don't think I'll feel bad. I'm kind of interested. I was gonna read it. I was gonna read it anyway. Huh? Buddy. Wait, wait. I want to read it so bad. I'll be so. Okay, wait, wait, wait. This is not okay, buddy. Okay, okay, fine, fine. I'm opening a new tab. Relax. Okay, listen, buddy, buddy. Buddy. I mean, whatever is here is exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I'm just explaining what she said, or summarizing what she said, rather. Like, it's right here. It's like, um, this thing where it's like she wants to stay as friends even though she has feelings for me. Are you stupid? I don't know because both of us were Muslim. Both of us really like we knew that like that. That's what I'm. That's literally what I said. Are you stupid? So what are you? Yeah, okay, Lamayo. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not stupid. But I was smarter. I was absolutely. She was smarter for not telling me that. What's try to keep a distance? How? Oh, by just letting the other guy just keep on talking and be like, oh, okay, I'll message this time. Okay, bye bye for 12 hours. Stop talking to me. You like me. It's very obvious, and I also starting to like you. Maybe we, not maybe we stop talking now. Okay. Right. Okay. I agree. I know. I agree. That's why I kept on talking because well, I didn't know she liked me back. But it's like, yeah, okay. And she was listening to hers. Okay, two hands make a two two hands make a clap, right? Like two hands, two people are clap to make a mistake. Shut up. Okay, no, wait, don't go. Idiom? It's a anyway, buddy. It takes two to make a mistake. Both of us were following emotions. Okay, okay. I hope Allah forgives her for transgressing. I pray that Allah forgives me for transgressing. Right? Okay, but but after I send the message. Okay. Yeah. Wait. But fumble the bag. Wait, put a glass of water on top of the thing. Trust me, it works. Ya Allah.